Back with another unboxing, and today we're going a different route than we usually go. Usually we go to the high end when it comes to sneakers. We go to the best of the best, but today we're taking a look at something that's, I would say it's in the middle ground. It's almost high end, and it's a really interesting looking sneaker. I just happened to see it online, so I went and hurried up and bought myself a pair, and I wanted to give you guys a look at it. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So this is the Jordan Jumpman 21. You see it just comes in the regular black Jordan box, no special thrills or anything here. And the shoes, I'll let you guys take a look at them first, are very familiar. So here we go. So if you take a look at this, this probably looks pretty familiar to you. And I'm wondering what you think it looks like. And I hope you got it right, because the shoe that it looks like is pretty new. It's the Air Jordan 35. So a lot of times what brands do is they create what they call takedowns of their signature shoes. Obviously the Air Jordan 35 is the signature shoe for Jordan brand. And what they've done is almost made, let's call it a little brother version of the Air Jordan 35. And it's really not something to sleep on. I know most of you that are really into the hype stuff probably won't take a second look at these, but I definitely think you should, especially if it's something, one, that you're gonna ball outside in, or two, if there's just a shoe you wanna ball in that you know you're just gonna trash. If you play with basketball players that are terrible and they're stepping on your feet, this is probably the better bet of the shoe to get than getting the actual Air Jordan 35. And the reason I say that is because these are only $110 as opposed to the $180 it costs for the Air Jordan 35. So let's break these down a little bit and I'll show you what's going on. So they have this just like regular textile upper. There's nothing special. It's almost like a knitted textile. It's pretty thick, maybe a canvas, and it's thick enough, you know, that it can definitely take some wear and tear. So you can beat these up a little bit. They're built really well, which is something that I definitely appreciate. Now the leather here is obviously not the best leather in the world. It feels okay, but it definitely feels a little bit plasticky. So it's not going to be like the highest quality leather that you've ever gotten on a Jordan brand shoe. Now the height is something that I noticed when I put them on, that it's not exactly a high top. It's almost like a mid top, almost like it's like between a mid and a low cut shoe. It's not exactly a mid, but it's not exactly low in my opinion. It's definitely lower than the Jordan 35, but it has a very interesting look here. Now, the biggest thing that throws it to the Air Jordan 35 for me is this piece here. For the Jordan 35, this would be the Eclipse plate. This isn't an Eclipse plate, it's just a plastic piece that's there, and that's really for containment. So if your foot tends to roll off the side of your shoe, you have a little bit of containment happening right here, but it also extends underneath your foot a little bit, so you may get some rigidity out of it. So it may give you a little bit of snap and a little bit of pop, but it's definitely not going to feel the same way as it would feel with the Flight plate or the Eclipse plate that's in the Air Jordan 35. Now, the reason I say that you're gonna get a little bit of snapback is because here is all foam. So you see this midsole, this whole section here is foam. So this will provide a little snapback against the softness of the foam. It'll add some rigidity to it. Now, the other thing that you'll notice is this outsole. So that's definitely gonna get you some miles if you play in these outside. I'd recommend playing with these outside instead of playing with the Air Jordan 35 outside. You'll get some good wear and tear in these, some nice big spaces in between the threads here, so you're not getting a lot of dust caught up in there. Only place it thins out is here at the heel and here right at the toe, which you need a little bit more traction in those areas. You're gonna need those pathways to be a little bit closer together, so you have that there. You also have the area to drag your toe. If you're like me, you drag your toe, you have a little bit of extra protection here. And this feels like a little bit, it's almost like plastic. I'm gonna say it's a plastic or like a textile there. That's something synthetic that they've thrown on top, and you also get it there on the outside. But here is mainly for the toe drag. Now you have a nice heel collar in here to give you a little bit of extra protection. And then you have this padded area around the ankle. It's definitely not as padded as the Air Jordan 35. With that, hold on. Actually, I brought the 35s out just because I wanted to do like a comparison of the two so you guys can see the two next to each other. So here, like when it comes to the padding, like if you look at the padding there, you can see the padding on the 35 is a lot deeper and a lot fatter, whereas here I shouldn't say it's very thin, it's some nice padding, but in comparison to the 35, it feels thin by comparison. The tongues are about the same thickness as far as the padding goes. You see the Jumpman logo on the 35 there, but then on these you have the Jumpman logo, which is a weird thing to say. So this is the Jumpman, but this is the Jumpman. If you get what I mean, this is the Jumpman logo, but this is the Jumpman as in the shoe, because this shoe is the Jordan Jumpman. And for those that don't know, the Jordan Jumpman is a line that Jordan brand had that started in the late 90s, I'm going to say, and a lot of the pro athletes actually wore them on court, and a lot of sneakerheads actually really love the Jumpman series. It's only in the current generation where the Jumpman series of sneakers doesn't get as much love as the Jordan signature line or the other Jordan shoes. It's really just a sign of the times. But you see here on the tongue for the pull, it has Jumpman there, and then you have it also on the heel collar where you pull, you have Jumpman there as well. But the similarities again come with the Eclipse plate versus, they didn't even have a name for this, so I'm gonna call that like the mini Eclipse plate. That doesn't make sense, but that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go with that. Now, both of the shoes have zoom. Obviously, the implementation in the 35 is a lot more robust and a lot more fine-tuned, but here you have zoom as well, and you see it has air zoom here, but you have a pretty nice sized pad. I'm not sure if you guys can see the indent there, but it's loaded within the midsole, and you can feel it as soon as you step into the shoe. It's right under the ball of your foot. I actually tried these on, and as soon as you toe off, you can feel the zoom, and it's a really nice thick bag as well. It's a nice big bag. You don't often get a big bag. Generally, like it's a little small, thin sliver of zoom there, but in this one, it really feels like a substantially sized zoom bag that you're getting there in the forefoot for that extra responsiveness that you want when you toe off in your shoes. Another thing, you also get like this, see here they have these like fly knit or fly wire cables that detach the top of the shoe to the bottom. Here you don't have that same sort of thing, but you have the same sort of design. So in a sense, this shoe is borrowing, I would say, the design aesthetic of the 35. It probably won't play the same for those that really like the feel of the 35, or if you've played in the 35 and it feels a certain way to you, you're probably not going to get that same feel in this one. This one will feel different for the toe off. This one will probably, I would say, feel more like a PG or a Kyrie sneaker than where this one feels like a more robust Jordan sneaker, like the Jordan signature sneaker. This is like the Jordan 35 and LeBron feel a certain way versus like a Kyrie and a PG shoe feeling a certain way as well. What I would love to see, honestly, is one of the NBA players put these on and playing these in a game, because they are, again, really good shoe. It's called the Jordan Jumpman 2021. Some call it the Jordan Jumpman 2021 PF, but the way I've just seen it is just the Jordan Jumpman. These go again for $110, which is a great deal when you compare it to this shoe, which is $180. So if you want something nice, quick and easy that you can ball in, that's going to be durable, it has zoom, it's going to perform well, it fits well, it's true to size, then this might be something you want to put on your radar. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. These are dropping in a ton of different colorways. There's like a grape colorway, there's a true blue colorway, and I've seen a couple of other colorways as well. Most of those were overseas, but I think they're all starting to come to the US. So if you're interested in trying these out, make sure you check them out. Again, the Jordan Jumpman 21. As always, I'm Jacques Slade. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. Let me know, do you guys want to see more takedown sneakers like these on the channel? Is this something that you want to see me unbox and review? Something that's not like the signature shoe or the hype stuff, something that's a little more mainstream and down the road in the middle. I think we should. I think it's dope, and I think you guys will enjoy them. All right, with that being said, Jacques Slade, like, favorite, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
like a Hellcat.